Sorry. Testing. Hi there, guys. My name is rohanbeve. Today we are going to be talking about how do antibiotics work. Today we're going to be talking about, how do antibiotics work? Okay? So, how do they work? So, let's say one day you're playing out and you get sick, okay? And like it's getting progressively worse, right? And you think it's a bacterial infection. You consult your doctor, and your doctor gives you some antibiotic pills. You're coughing right on your bed, and you said, hey, you go to the kitchen or whatever, get your glass of water, okay? Take the antibiotic, drink the water, eat the pill, swallow it, whatever, right? So now the pill's in. But what happens inside? What does the antibiotic actually do? Okay? So, as it enters inside of our mouth, it goes through our esophagus into our stomach where the antibiotic dissolves inside and then eventually goes into the small intestine where it's absorbed into the bloodstream. Okay? So as it's absorbed into the bloodstream, it'll continuously make rounds throughout the circulatory system everywhere, right? So then it'll go to the place where the bacteria are, okay? Since the thing is, antibiotics they can't only attack bacteria. So here's how. So the thing is, how they work, there are two types of antibiotics. There's bacteriostatic and cidal. Bacteriocidal and bacteriostatic. I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm not so sure. Okay, so what it does is it slows the growth. In other words, not the growth, but it slows the reproduction of the bacteria. So what it does, it goes in and interrupts the process. Some of these processes can include interrupting DNA replication, interrupting metabolism, and interrupting protein production. Okay, slowing down the rate of bacteria, okay? Making the immune system easy to, take them out. Okay, that's one. Number two, on the other hand, cidal, unlike slowing down, they're meant to kill the bacteria. How they do it, one type way they do it is they basically prevent the cell wall from happening. So, or they do not prevent, but break it. Okay? So they go in, they do something to it, and they break the cell wall. So all the insides of the bacteria just float out, literally just killing it. Okay? Now, the thing is, there are different types of cidal bacteria depending on what type of sickness you have, for example, sore throat, or etc., all that kind of stuff that can go to that. But, okay, another thing about bacteria, though, well, not bacteria, but another thing about antibiotics, sometimes they can kill many types of bacteria or maybe a few specific ones, okay, as they're mainly made from both fungal stuff, like fungi and mold. Some antibiotics are made in, and others are chemically made. So some, okay, have a broad spectrum, meaning that they kill various types of bacteria, okay, including good ones. I know it's sad, but and the process has to go with it. But the more recommended one being the specific one, which is specifically used to kill specific types of bacteria. Okay? And the thing with antibiotics is that they don't have an effect on the immune system, and they also don't attack anything in your body. They only go after bacteria, and you're good to go. One thing I also have to mention is viruses, like I said before, okay, or I think so. Why viruses can counteract bacteria, not bacteria, but antibiotics, is one, okay? One being how they breed, okay? So, because the thing is, okay? So, as we know, right? Bacteriostatic can't destroy, can't slow down viruses because they, they go into a cell itself and put all the DNA and stuff like that, and the cell becomes a factory, right? That's how they create more of themselves. That's how they reproduce. Okay, but okay, unlike that, since the thing is, antibiotics don't attack others, don't attack your cells, so they really can't do anything about it. They just can't do anything. So they can't slow down the production of cells. The other reason why for cidal antibiotics is because of the cell wall. Okay, because the thing is, viruses don't have cell walls. They are made of like keratin, I believe. Fact check that one. I think so. They're made up of some different material, so antibiotics just can't do anything about those. Okay, so that's why they're good up against bacteria, and that's how they do it. Okay, so that's basically how do antibiotics work. That's well basically it. Thank you for watching this video and hope to see you next time. Bye bye.